Okay, real quick, just a real quick unboxing here. We have a seiko clone tuna diver. This is one of those Chinese clones with the seiko movement in it. So it takes, I believe they say it takes about 95% seiko parts. I haven't done a watch video since my last one, which was the Sunto Core Dust Gray. Still have it. It still rock and rolls. It's been a EDC knife of mine since, or EDC watch of mine since I got it. So let's bust this open real quick. Let's see, you know, what's this thing like? It's like one of those Sharky. It's like a Sharky, kind of a clone of a Sharky, if you will. But essentially that's what it is, a Sharky tuna diver. And I got this watch essentially just to take with me on a trip that I'm going on. I will be diving, shallow diving on that trip, and I just thought it'd be cool to just sort of go into the trip with a new watch, and and I thought this would be a really cool watch. Now I could have got a Seiko bottle cap, and I really like those. But when I seen these tuna diver watches, I was really into that. So I'll go ahead and I'll get this unwrapped, and then I'll come back. I'll have a different camera angle, and we'll get it done. Okay, so we're back, and we're just cutting this stuff off of it. It's wrapped up pretty well. Now, how do we get into this thing this way? Okay, here we go. Here's the packaging. So you get it opened up, and you've got this hard case. And it looks like you lift those two. And let me get this sort of just propped up here a little bit more. I'll let you see it. Oops, looks like there's two on the sides. Wow, pretty tough. Here we go. Let me just, there. Okay, this is the all black version. So you got the watch, and you've got the little Sharky style manual. So I'm going to just turn you a little bit here. Very first impressions. Wow, this fucking thing is heavy. Okay. Massively heavy. I mean, what the fuck? So I gave 150 USD for this. Actually 165, I think. And they got this cellophane type wrap around the actual watch body. So I'll just kind of rip that off. Cellophane or whatever. And there's a protective, another protective piece of plastic on the crystal. Wow, it's heavy. So one of the things I knew that was going to happen that kind of sucks is the back is stainless. It should have been, in my opinion, a black case back, just to match the rest of it. Really cool, super heavy, massively heavy, actually. Well, that kind of sucks here. Unless there's a protective piece of plastic. The crown has some slight marks in it, but there is no logo in the crown. There's no like Sharky logo or any logo. Crowns can be replaced, and they're not that expensive. Let's turn the bezel here and listen to the clicks. Everything lines up all right. It's really heavy. It's heavier than what I expected, but that's not bad. You know, it's just a solid. It's a solid case. The screws, they match, which, you know, you kind of expect that, but still. The band. Let's talk about the band real quick. It's 22 mil wide at the lugs, and it even says that on both parts of the band, 22. It's a really thick, thicker than what I was expecting, rubber. Eventually, I will switch that out with a NATO PVD, but so here's the dusk gray. Here's the tuna diver. So the dusk gray is actually, and I don't have any measuring devices. I lied. I do. Put these in millimeters for everybody. So without getting around any buttons here, we'll just go from this one into the other. We have 49.4 on the dusk gray, and we will go over the tuna shroud at the bottom, 46.51. So dusk gray, a bit bigger. Let's put this on, and now I'm not a big time watch reviewer. A lot of people know that, so there's a lot of things I won't be able to, if I can get this going here, that I'll probably be missing, okay? Let's see. That strap is extremely thick, and I don't want to say it needs change like right now. Probably should get a little bit used to it, but wow, it's just, it's really fucking tough. So this wears, I thought it was going to wear bigger. I thought it was going to wear the size of my dusk gray, but it actually wears a little bit smaller. It's actually kind of smaller than I anticipated, I suppose. As far as mods go, I do plan on switching the hands out for black hands with luminescence in them, and possibly switching out the seconds hand, but we will see. As far as hacking and stuff, I'm not sure, because I'm very new to these types of watches. I owned the only other, I'm going to call it like analog watch, I believe is what you guys would call it. The only other watch of this nature that I owned was a, boy, it's right on the tip of my, Luminox 3051 Blackout. And then I just ended up selling it to get the Dust Gray, because the Dust Gray was a little bit cooler at the time to me. Hindsight being 2020, what a dumb thing to do. I definitely think, now, this rubber on the wrist is, it's very stiff, obviously, because it's a thick rubber band. I don't anticipate that wearing out anytime soon. I mean, it feels thick and rigid, but the rubber is a very soft and supple. It's not going to, it doesn't feel sticky. Now, when it gets wet, it probably will stick. Personally, for me, I've definitely got to get a NATO for it. I'm generally never a fan of rubber. The Dust Gray had one, and I actually wore it. I wore the gray rubber strap that came with it for quite some time, and it got to the point where you could see it was starting to develop cracks in it. I did wear it in the shower. I don't wear it in the shower now, but I used to wear it a lot. And then eventually I was like, wow, cool, look at that gray NATO band. This NATO style nylon strap. I got one. It was really cool. The bad thing about the gray ones, they get dirty, they fade. I believe any color other than black. Probably going to get dirty and fade, and so I switched it out. This is my newest one, and it's starting to get there where it needs switched out. I'm probably going to get a NATO for this with the PVD ends and stuff. And maybe like the oversized pins as well. But what a cool piece. It's really, I mean, one more time on that sound. Believe it or not, I thought that ratcheting sound was going to sound worse than what it did, than what I heard other people on YouTube. And believe it or not, it doesn't sound that bad. Now, let me get this off, and I'm going to let you look at it one more time. I was thinking also about upgrading the dial to something that doesn't have that shark on there. I think that's gay, to be honest with you. I'm not into that at all. And I found a really cool dial. I wanted to find a black on black dial, a Seiko black on black, but they're pretty expensive. This rubber band, it's cool, it'll get you by, but I personally, it's not junk, it's just so thick. But here, let's take off this protective piece of film on the covering the crystal, so you can get a good look. Ceramic insert was something else I was interested in. I kind of was thinking, because some of the Sharkies I think come with them, and I was kind of hoping this one did, but you can tell that it doesn't. Okay. Boy, it's so reflective. Let's see if I can cut down the... I can't. It's super... I just can't cut the glare down. I don't know, just poor lighting, but there's just so much stuff behind. I just can't get it. Cannot get the... Maybe I'll get a photo of it so it looks really cool. I'm not lying to you. I was really hoping it would come in a gloss black and not a flat. And I am very impressed. Now, I'm not a watch connoisseur. Okay, like some of you out there, like most of you out there that are into these seiko style watches, you're more of a connoisseur than I am. The only thing that I can tell you is I believe it has an NH35 movement. It doesn't say on the back, which while I'm at it, I might as well peel that protective coating on the back. There's the back. I know that don't help because there's just so much reflection in here. But what a cool piece. It only has the date. Something else that might be cool if I put a new dial in is to put the day date wheel behind it. That would be really cool. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it away. And in a few minutes, I'll get it... I'll get the time and the date set. And pretty nice little case. That's kind of cool. I'll get the time and the date set. And oh, you know what we need? I think we need a loom shot. But I don't know if I can do it here. I don't know if I can. The loom is pretty nice on it too. I wonder if this is how you charge it up. Oh, wow. All right, well, let me try that then. Let me try to get you a loom shot. I'll play around with some lighting and I'll be right back. All right, there's a quick loom shot of this watch. I did charge it a little bit with my flashlight just to show you, but yeah, that's pretty cool, I think. A shame that there's no loom on the end of the second hand, though. Just the one end, but not the pointer end, if you will. But yeah, that's pretty nice, I think. For a quick charge, you know. Well, that's it. I'm going to wear this watch for a day or two. I'll give you a 1-week review and then a 1-month review. And if anything happens in between, we'll go from there. All right, catch you in the next one.